Welcome back.
Here we are.
Here we are. Welcome
Thursday.
back. Thursday.
Thursday.
We're in the home stretch here.
Little catch-ups to do, and
who's got their knives they ordered on Monday already? This team in the warehouse just knocked it out of the park this week.
Yeah, welcome back to the our Spring Garage Sale live stream. This is a Thursday version. We talk about some catch-ups. We talk about some late arrivals. Also, we're going to talk about, holy crap, why are you still here type of knives as well. So
that is an entire section called "Holy crap, why are you still here?"
Yeah.
The theme of most of my relationships.
Yeah. So, garage sale. We've been doing this since this Monday. The garage sale is an exciting time for us. We bring all sorts of cool, one-of-kinds, small maker type of stuff. We can make the knives for whole entire year. We also have really great deals. I believe there are still some great deals left in the stores, as well as here something like a refurbs. We have all the 20% off knives like Tsunehisas, Mune Toshis. We have some sales section happening as well. But this is really to talk about the things that we still have something, and we actually get some late arrivals.
I was going to say, probably the sweetest thing is that we got some pretty nice late arrivals.
Yeah. We scrambled. Some of them arrived this morning.
Yeah.
And we're like, let's open.
By this morning, you mean like 11:30 this morning?
Yeah.
Technically this morning, yes.
This morning, yes.
Yeah.
It's a couple hours ago. But yes, so here we can talk. But before we're getting into some those things, we can do a little bit of announcement, maybe.
We should tell them that we're the Knifewear people, and this is a place called Knifewear. You can see on my shirt. I'm actually not in Edmonton. I'm in Calgary with Naoto. He's also in Calgary.
Knife Rock.
This is our home base.
Yeah.
And this is our garage sale. The garage sale happens twice a year. It started on Monday. If you just sort of stumble across us, we sell Japanese kitchen knives. We used to work in restaurants. We found Japanese kitchen knives because they are incredibly good at doing the job they're supposed to. And we fell in love, and we now have this business that we sell Japanese kitchen knives. And we do our absolute best to bring you the things that are the best things for you and give you great service while we do it. So hopefully that's working. But the garage sale is a thing that happens twice a year. Now, to goes to Japan, he comes back with boxes of stuff, so we have to turn it out. It's not the normal stuff that we carry. So it's a really fun time. There's a lot of really cool and unique stuff that you don't ever really see.
So we do it on, obviously you're watching the YouTube, so for those of you who's watching it, go to our website, but we also have physical stores in Canada, Vancouver, Calgary, Edmonton, Ottawa, and Toronto. All those stores are open, and we do this garage sale until Monday, the 19th.
You were right.
Yes, May 19th. So we're gonna stretch a little bit usually do it until Monday to Sunday. We're gonna stretch one more day.
Well, it's because Monday's a holiday here in Canada.
It's a Victoria Day. Yeah.
So we have Victoria Day to celebrate the Queen.
Pour one out.
Queen Victoria.
Queen Victoria.
I don't know really who that was. She probably had like a funky hairdo and a big hat. I don't know. Matt, what do you know about Queen Victoria?
Not as much as I should.
Oh, that's why you live in Canada, not England. You've been excommunicated. We have some fun stuff today.
Yeah.
Why don't we start with some of these cool Sajis that are on this cart back here?
So we got some late arrivals. Let's show them off.
They're very cool. They have a really, really great blade texture, and of course, the Saji style. Saji style to me is always has this nice collar, and they're not the light, thin knife that you can find in a lot of Japanese stuff. There we go, focus. But look at that crazy texture, this crosshatch pattern. And even the Damascus is raised along the bevel here. This knife would just not stick to anything as you cut through it. It would be amazing.
So just so you know, guys, those things are still not in inventory yet. We will be talking as we speak. We'll release them in about 5 minutes. Just wanted to show you guys what we have, and get themselves, I guess, like ready. Each one's like these sajis, each unique handles are labeled with the numbers, so they're corresponded. You can choose the one, and you can there is a drop-down menu to choose your I guess favorite colors or the.
So if we're going to search these on the website, it would be the Saji VG10 Cross Tsuchime Acrylic.
Well,
but I think if you put in Saji VG10, you'd probably get there.
Yeah.
Or click the link in the description.
Oh, that's a good idea too.
That's
a good idea too.
That's sorted to show all of the late arrivals first on a garage sale page.
Awesome.
Oh, amazing. Great. Yeah, so Saji's a great blacksmith out of the Takefu area. We've been working with Saji for years and years. He makes the Masakagi Zero knife series and several other things we've carried over the years. And he always does have a good, strong showing here for us at the garage sale. This knife in particular is made from a VG10 core steel, which we all know and love as a real stalwart of high-performance Japanese kitchen knives. It's stainless, it's sharp, it holds an edge really well. And you know what the other exciting thing is it seems like there are some things that are showing up just now that are beginning to approach the awesomeness of VG10. And we do have a few of those left, and that's namely the VG Strix or the VG Zeos series of knives, of which we've got a couple left to show you.
Awesome. So these ones are going to be available pretty soon. I want to show something slightly different, like this kind of stuff, but I
really like this slicer, the black and white handle. That's really cool, but it's a great size. The nice thing, I've always liked Saji's balance. Like you always feel so confident holding one. And they're not always the most delicately made knife, right? They're not crazy thin. He's not trying to go to that pinnacle of thinness and fineness. So you do get something that's got, for a guy like me who's just like a little bit reckless and heavy-handed, it is a really good fit for me.
If you like, let's talk about this new knife lines that we just got.
Sure. Yeah.
If you like those actually feel in your hand, slightly heavier, that it's got a really robust feel to it. This knife line just got it. We maybe one of the first ones getting this particular line of knives here is this. So they're still working on making the full line. We just got 2 shapes here. The maker of this knife here is the, I don't know if there's English there, Ono Knife. Ono Knife is this company in Seki, the knives that, like we have a lot of knives made in Seki, namely like a lot of, say Haruki Gomas are made in Seki and those kind of stuff. Really reliable. And Seki produces probably the most number of knives, not probably, the most number of knives in Japan, period. And also they have like a lot of workshops that produces really, really high-end knives. This Ono knives, I'm just going to show you first. Here, SG2 with like beautiful Damascus pattern, and look at this like tsuchime or the hammer pattern on the blade. It's very unique.
It looks like grains of rice.
Yeah, exactly. And it goes like every direction, that kind of stuff. Weight is actually quite substantial compared to some of the knives. Like when you hold it, so it's 230 grams in comparison to something like, what's the Santoku?
Like 150?
Yeah, like the very light Japanese knife like this is 130. So it's about twice as heavy, right? But if you can feel the confidence, like you can hold it with confidence there.
Yeah, it's got a really unique handle as well. I'll try to get the like.
It's a paka wood handle. The wood is those like laminated plywood type of construction, but the shape is really interesting.
Yeah, the shape is quite unique, and it's flat on the bottom side where your knuckles kind of grip around it. It feels good. It's balanced nicely. It's solid. It's SG2 powdered stainless steel, so wicked performance.
No one really knows who Ono Knife is, though, right?
No,
You
it's
know, yeah.
I imagine they're a manufacturer who's probably just produced things for other brand names.
They
Yeah.
on their website, the most probably prominent, popular, famous, I guess, the knife brand that they produce knives for is Shun.
Oh. And
Yeah.
it's like Shunkajis and stuff, because
The
that's
Shun-
the
yeah,
SG2.
like-
They
yeah,
probably would have made
they're
something like that.
Probably, I'm not sure exactly
yeah,
which
sure,
one.
yeah.
But so it's
Very cool.
it's really reliable. They are well known for its quality, and they were starting to make the their own kind of knives. This particular one is Ono, O-N-O. It's actually, if you write in English more precisely, it's probably O-O-N-O, O-O-No.
Oh no.
But it's like Ono, it's like long vowel. Ono knife, Suzukaze. Suzukaze is the line, so that's what's engraved on here. Suzukaze. It means breeze.
Great. And so like the Santoku is $450 for an SG2.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's built like a tank,
No.
but it's getting to that feeling of a knife that's like, sometimes you pick up a knife and you're like, too light, don't like
Yeah.
it. And we see customers who do come in and feel that a really light knife is distracting and they don't feel confident with it and they want something with the weight.
Yeah.
This is a really nice knife
And
for
it's
that.
pretty thin as well, so it's
Yeah.
gonna perform very, very nice.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I just want to point out this 150 Petty here is a really nice height. And it falls into this category for me of almost small Gyuto. It's a kind of knife that is really handy, like the way a Kobunka is, where it's not big and bulky like a taller knife, like a Santoku even, or a chef's knife, but it does give you that ability to get your hand around it and chop with it and use it like it's a chef's knife. So it's a paring knife on steroids, I think, and really, really versatile, especially for folks who don't like anything bigger than that. You know one, I know one. The people that just want a knife, they think this is huge.
Yeah.
So
yeah, those are really, we're excited. It just arrived. We're probably gonna have the Nakiri and the Gyuto 210 in a couple months or so. But
Okay,
I just wanted to,
awesome.
it arrived, so I wanted to show people here. So next, let's talk about these.
yeah.
I left it.
I'm gonna interrupt real quick. We had some folks shouting out the knives they got already,
sorry.
because people have been receiving their orders since Tuesday. Mark Lee said that their order arrived in Minnesota by Tuesday.
Oh.
Their
Oh my
first
God.
order. And then their second order arrived today. Eric Schlechte, I think, received my Hudson Gyuto yesterday. So awesome.
Awesome.
And MR said my Nakagawa Myojin Gyuto is already amazing. So congrats everyone that got those knives.
I think Minnesota's it's basically in Canada, It's probably why I got there so fast. We identify with cold weather.
Solidarity.
They filmed Fargo in this town, and they chose that for a very good reason, is they probably went, what's the closest place to Minnesota? I don't know why they would have done that. Oh, there he is.
I'm back. Sorry.
Okay, so what Naoto's just dropped in front of us here is a knife series that we used to carry, and I think it just sort of stopped. And now we've been able to get a couple of them for the garage sale. So made by this young fella, who's maybe not that young anymore.
No.
His name is Yu Kurosaki. This is our Sticker Sunday sticker of the week. Is a fun portrait made by a friend of ours here in town, Mandy Stobo, who does cool stuff, and she does this line called The Bad Portrait, and this is a bad portrait of Kurosaki. I
don't think it's bad at all.
I think it's quite
cool.
good. He looks a little bit like he's from The Simpsons, and I don't know if his hair is actually blue or not, but it might be. Sticker Sunday is a fun thing. It's every Sunday we launch a new sticker for a year because it's dumb and it's fun, and why not do fun things?
Yeah.
But his knives are not dumb. They are incredible, and this is the Sasame line made out of the
Cobalt Special.
Cobalt Special steel. So a pretty tough steel,
Yeah.
right? And it's got this nice sort of crosshatch pattern on the blade,
Yeah.
which
Yeah, sasame means it's like bamboo leaf type of the pattern, so it's got a little,
he
random.
is an expert of that Tetsujin
Yeah.
finish. I think he must have gotten really curious at a young age about it. He experimented for a while, but I think he's really dialed in how to do that.
Yeah, so it's pretty. We're excited that we got those back. Maybe limited quantity and limited maybe time.
Yep.
But sometimes it's nice to have knives.
I was speaking to a chef. It was probably a year or more ago about his Cobalt Tsujihiki.
Yeah.
When you look at it, some of the specs of things we look at, one of them is Rockwell hardness. This is a little lower, as they
60-ish,
say.
yeah.
But he was saying the edge retention is really good. And I think that has to maybe do with the fact that the addition of the Cobalt, I mean, tell me if I'm wrong, but it makes the steel a little tougher.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So there's more than one way to keep a knife, to get a knife to hold its edge. But yeah, he just found that it really did a great job holding its edge. So
Yeah, I totally agree. And yeah, it's great. I'm so excited. Anyways, so that's these. Let's talk about these two.
the Tetsujin,
Tetsujin. Who's Tetsujin?
Myojin, and Toru.
So yeah, this.
I'm gonna let you handle that. That thing is ridiculous. I love. He's like taking it out of the frame. Tetsujin Hano is a couple people that are. One is the craftsperson who is making the blade. The other, the one sharpening it. Myojin-sen is the sharpener. Toru Taomura is the blacksmith. So Myojin goes around and just he's kind of a bit of a rock star, and people team up with him for him to sharpen their knives. And it's incredible, the grind he gets, the evenness, the consistency he gets. He's very, very good at what he does.
So this one here is the we had other shapes and sizes of Ginsan line. So this is the 240. We just got that in, really nice and pretty, super thin with the beautiful, the stabilized wood handle. But
that's a 240 Guto.
240. But this is the one that I want
Tetsujin.
to talk about.
And is this Tetsujin?
It is Tetsujin.
Did Toru make this blade?
Yes. So this particular one, Tetsujin, and I named it, purposely made the name very complicated. It's called Hon Warikomi. Hon Warikomi, Aogami, I believe it's an Aogami, Damascus. So what that means is that this is all, he buys the Damascus layer and he forge weld the core steel and make it into the knife.
Yeah, so warikomi is similar to sanmai, but a different technique of putting that soft steel on the outside of the hard core.
Yeah, so a lot of people buy pre-laminated steel from the steel shops. That's the easiest, and they do very consistent. Like the quality is very consistent, right? Where this one here, he forge welds the steel. Warikomi generally means it's almost like made like a sandwich. Oh, sorry, the hot dog. Wari is to split. Komi is to insert.
So that's our one of our favorites here at Knifewear is the Moritaka family. They make beautiful knives, and all of their knives are warikomi. So they take the steel and then take some wedges, and they make the steel red hot, and they pound these wedges, and it splits it open like a hot dog bun. So it's connected at the bottom, and it's open in a V shape, and the core steel's dropped in with a bunch of flux, and then forge welded back together. Forge welding, I don't know if you don't know what that means, but basically it means make it red hot and beat the crap out of it until it sticks together, and those two pieces kind of become one. Extra work for sure. Very, very cool technique to be working on and learning and mastering, and have a lot of respect for these crew. Like Myojin-san's a really great craftsman doing the sharpening. But Toru Taomura-san, once upon a time, worked at Knifewear in Calgary. He was on his like working holiday as a young man.
Yeah.
And he picked up a job at Knifewear and learned about knives. And upon his return home, chose blacksmithing as his craft. We have a lot of respect for that, and it's just really cool to watch and see that he's now making that. That is very cool.
Very cool. So, that, and last but not least, I would like to talk about
These are pretty excellent.
these knives. For those who looked our, follow our Instagram, we did a little post about these. Super rare. When we saw this, we were very excited. These two blades here. I'm just gonna be really careful. That's why I'm wearing the gloves here. We have two honyakis forged by a blacksmith in this area. And actually, he's not located in Sakai. He's actually in the island of Genkai-nada, or the.
Really?
Yeah. So this is forged by almost like a legendary status, like the blacksmith code, the Muko-san, or the Genkai-san, also known as Genkai Masakuni, and sharpen. It's really hard to focus, isn't it?
I find if you start lower, you'll get the focus, and then you can rise it up.
Yeah. So, and sharpened by Hakui-san, or his sharpener named Minamoto Hakuho. They are the legendary, I guess, the
Duo?
combination duo. Genkai-san trusted the Hakuho-san or the Usui-san, Hakui-san to sharpen his knives. But since Hakui-san passed away a few years ago, so there's no more of his sharpening coming out.
So these knives will never exist again.
No, we're pretty fortunate because this, not the bladesmith, but a person who is also making saya, the sheath and the handle, it was basically sitting at his workshop.
Wow.
So this is also only like few people is doing this type of handle making.
What is this
anymore.
handle made out of?
This metal part is actual silver, and
so not chrome, but silver.
No, it's actually silver.
Yeah.
And the ebony core, and yeah.
Yeah,
it's beautiful.
This is like a masterpiece.
It is attached by this pin here. So when we ship it, we'll put this back on, and of course, in one piece. But it is.
Oh wow! So you pull the pin out,
Yeah.
slide the knife in, and lock it down with the pin.
Yeah.
Wow. And what is this little collar thing?
It's just it kind of sits in between.
Just between the handle
it
and
sits
the
right
blade.
Here, yeah, it sits here. This one here is cool because again Usuba, it's got the Minamoto Hakuho's engraving here, but on here, it's got a.
Right on the inside of the tag.
Yeah, like right here it says the Genkai Masakuni. It's kind of hard to read, but
Okay.
here.
This is like stuff you see in museums.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's incredibly cool.
So yeah.
How you were able to find these, I have no idea. But you never cease to amaze me with your magic abilities of finding things.
Yeah.
So congratulations. This is great work.
Yeah. So
How do people find these? Are these available for sale?
they will be. Again, the inventory number will be increased in about 2 minutes.
Yeah, are you guys have gone over all
Yeah,
the new arrivals
gone
right now,
over.
right?
Yeah,
Okay.
all of those. Yeah.
Okay, I'll just pull it up and then we can increase the stock right away.
Great.
yeah.
So they're all going to become available in moments here. And if we wanted to find this online,
You can just type Genkai, Genkai.
yep.
Or or click the link in the description.
Or click the link in
All the
description.
newest stuff is at the top of the page.
Right, and so this would be Genkai. And how much are these going to be listed at?
This is 6,000 Canadian dollars, and this is the, I believe, 450. I didn't want to put the price stickers on these because it's just,
No, yeah. So the Yanagiba is 6,000,
it's
and this is how much?
45, I believe.
And so the
4,500.
Yusuba is 4,500. Put it in your museum because that's like museum kind of stuff.
it is
That's pretty
very
incredible.
rare, so yeah.
Yeah.
So this goes here. We'll put the handles back on when we ship them and carefully pack them. That's why I don't wear.
And that's why I'm not.
I don't
I'm
wear
not
the
even touching
knifer. I don't wear the YouTuber glove like this, but this. If
Oh, you got some to fit.
yeah, we got the better version. For those of you who watched the our restoration video, that the gloves are so big that they're very weird.
Yuck.
So
All right, do you want to tell them now?
Okay, so it is available now. Is it?
Yay.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's including these beautiful Saji VG10s.
yeah, all the late rivals.
right?
Yeah.
The Kurosaki Sasame, which we haven't seen for quite some time.
Yeah.
And a couple things from Tetsujin Hano.
Yeah. So.
Do you know what I'm excited that is still here?
Oh yeah. Let's hear it. Let's hear
Is
it.
because I love these little like workhorse knives, kind of like that one we were just looking at from Ono, but this Nigara Strix is this type of steel. But look at this little beauty. It's $360. So VG10 is this amazing kitchen knife steel that we've been using and have in Japanese kitchen knives for quite a long time now, and it's exceptional at its purpose of being sharp, staying sharp, not chipping, but also being stainless steel. Strix or SPG Strix is a new type of steel that's come out in the last couple years. These are some of the first sort of real production knives that we're seeing. This is made by by Nigara Knives in northern Japan, who we are big fans of. I like this blade for a few reasons. I do really like having a 150 mil petty that's tall. Like I was talking about those, the Ono knife, where you've got that clearance. It's like a small Gyuto, or I like to call it a paring knife on steroids, because you can chop away with this. So either it's a really convenient little knife to grab, or it's something for a person who doesn't like a big knife. That series also has Bunka and Santoku. So Nigara knives are incredibly well made. I think there's even a smaller petty. And this small petty is nice too. It is also like the 150. It's quite tall. Quite a nice straight edge too. Actually, that's a really good knife. I'm actually shopping. I think the 150 is probably what I'm going to go for. The 135 or the 120 petty, that could be there too. Or
that's good.
Or maybe I'll get both.
It's good selection.
Congrats to Nick for getting the Tetsujin Hano Komi.
Oh, dude, that's incredible. Nathan, it sounds like you're practicing your Tom Waits voice today.
Yeah, I am. I kind of sound like Super Dave Osborne when I try to talk loud.
Yeah, go jump a chasm or something.
Yeah.
Another thing that's still around that I really like, again, Saji.
That scooter accident I had was kind of like a Super Dave stuff.
Yeah, see how many...
I'm probably going to mispronounce this, but congrats to Hong Wei for getting that Mizu Hanyaki Usuba from
Genkai-san.
Minamoto.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, something else. It's a Saji knife that we've had all week, but something that I think is a really incredible blade shape, not a common Japanese one, something that looks to me much more like a Western style of a knife, verging on that scimitar type of knife or a butcher's type of knife, of which I have never seen one in an SG2 powder stainless steel. This thing would absolutely rock when you're trying to cut steak, cutting pork chops. Like, it's got that beautiful tip. It has a nice straight edge. It would carve really nicely, but it's got some weight to it with that height. Yeah. It would just absolutely drop through. You wouldn't need to push. You would move the knife and it would cut.
And also, this tip is great to take the sinew or the silver skin. Just use the tip part here. It's going to be really, really great.
Yeah, it would be good for peeling. Oh.
I think my black glove doesn't help.
Oh, maybe that's what it is.
Right.
I also think it's the words below it tries to focus on.
Right.
Yeah, great. Some couple great things that are still left for sure. We'll get to more of those.
Right before we go into the questions, I just wanted to mention, this particular, we only have only a few of this Skinari blade SG2 with this beautiful urushi lacquered handle and got a lines like this. It's like Skinari is really pretty good. It's got they've been making knives in Toyama Prefecture. If you're in the Nagoya area to get a kitchen knives, that Skinari is the brand that you wanna go for. They are very talented. They can do a lot of things, including the Honyaki blade as well. We did have their ZDP 189, like one of the, and they're also like, I've seen them making knives with the SP. They were one of the first ones who used the SPG strips to make a blade out of that as well. So they are really innovative, but also it's innovative, skilled, and makes really good knife. And with this handle, it's like exceptional.
No, I just saw this on the table. I brought it over because I'm surprised it's still here.
That may actually arrive late, like the.
Was this okay? So it was either we screwed up or it was a late arrival, because this is a Hatsukokoro Yorokobi. Yorokobi is a series that's got this crazy copper Damascus in the middle. This series, they've actually done a little extra touch and beveled at the tip and all the way down the spine to expose that copper layer that's in the middle.
That's the 210, hey?
This is the 210 Gyuto.
That guy's available at $660.
Dude, $660. This knife is incredible. So it is SLD Damascus. So SLD is the core steel. SLD is sort of a semi-stainless steel. Our good friend Masashi really likes using it. He describes it as a toothy edge, which I don't disagree with him. I would be a fool if I did. But this has got a very cool Kurochi finish. It's like very, very much like that burnt iron. Yeah, Nathan. Nathan's
my carbon credit came through this morning from the CRA.
Nathan's spending his carbon credit on carbon finish knives.
Carbon finish knife.
I mean, it would be appropriate.
There is something about this knife that is exceptionally beautiful and artistic, but also feels like a rugged tool. It has like a bit of a Viking kind of feel to it.
Yeah.
It feels like this aesthetic that I really like, and I shouldn't hold it anymore.
No.
It's like, there's this aesthetic that I enjoy where it feels like it was a rock that someone picked up off the ground and shaped into a knife. Yeah. Like it was already something that just existed in nature. However, there was a whole lot more work that went into making this. Yeah. But, oh man, this is very cool.
Our buddy Neil Carby at Cooking with Carby on Instagram and TikTok, he makes really great cooking videos, and he uses this one. He got that last garage sale. He uses it a lot in his videos. Nice. And every time I see it, I think about how much I want one.
Well, there you go.
There you go.
Carbon credits away. You can go buy it. It's after 6 o'clock on Monday.
All right. Ready. I think this.
How much was that?
$660.
So, we got some questions coming in, so just gonna answer one of the first one here. Euro Hatch is asking budget yanagibas. We did actually have, I hate to talk about the things that we don't have it anymore, but we did have the budget yanagibas from Hado or the
Osakai.
These were it was really good. One of those knives that they had it for a very long time, and it was their old stock, right?
Yeah.
So we grabbed quite a few, but
those are a great deal. That is why Monday is such a great day for this garage sale, because it's so busy of people snagging those sweet deals. But we do have some other great stuff.
Yeah.
You got a couple white 2 yanagibas. It looks like 270 and a 300.
Yeah, my skin doesn't breathe. Here, this is our kind of launch of the line. It's called Sakai, Torok Sakai, the Shirogami Migaki yanagibas. It is not. I have to admit, this is not the most inexpensive yanagibas, but
$265.
$265.
Not expensive for what you're getting either.
No, exactly right. It's really well made, forged in Sakai, sharpened by a sharpeners in Sakai. Sometimes like it's group of people. It's not just one single blacksmith, so we can't really specify who forged the knife sometimes.
But the thing with Sakai is their attention to detail is always much higher, and I think it's because it goes through groups of craftsmen who are really hyper specialized in their job. So quality is high. $265. There's nothing flashy about this knife, except for it's just incredibly well made.
It's really well made. We had some samples before we decided to actually carry this line. I've tested on the sharpening stones and sharpened them and see how it reacts to the sharpening stones and everything. It's done such great job. It's reliable. It's sharpened. Again, it's very similar knife to the one that you get at the very famous knife store in Kyoto. Very.
And is this going to be in that link on the page? Like, how do we find this on the website?
This will be in the link. The link will take you to the garage sale collection, sorted by most recent. Just push it that way, but no, there you go. It'll be sorted by most recent, but on the sidebar you can select by knife shape, and this is a yanagiba, YANAGIBA.
Yeah.
And so you can sort by knife shape.
So yeah.
Otherwise known as Toruku Sakai.
Okay, so.
I just want to offer a very sincere thank you to James for getting that Yorokobi Kiritsuke while we were talking. You seriously just saved me hundreds of dollars.
I was going to say,
Thank you.
your partner, I'm pretty sure, also thanks James for not spending all of your money at work, which is a dangerous part of our job.
Got a question from Shan Shinha, the Sinha. The beginner Gyuto and Pedi. I think it's we.
That was the only matching set I could find.
Yeah, I mean, these are so. If you're looking for a matching Gyuto, well, Gyuto is this chef's knife shape, right? That's the one knife that's pretty much everything. It's certainly this Tadafusa TADAFA SA Aogami line. It's definitely the fantastic beginner knife. You know why? Because I was beginner when I first got this knife. Of the Japanese knives, it was almost 15, 17 years ago.
Yep.
17 years ago, I was a student, I think, at the time, and I really loved cooking, so I came into knifewear and bought this knife. You know who I bought it off from? Not Kevin, but Toru.
Yes. Nice.
Yes, I bought it off from Toru-san. It was a fantastic encounter. I adore this. Well, it's not the Gyuto, but I have Santoku. But it's basically the same line. I still use them. My wife, that's my favorite. That's my wife's favorite knife to use. Also, the Pedi is great. It's got the carbon steel core stainless jacket. It is. Just be careful. Just shiny part along the edge can oxidize or patina. It was again really easy for me to take care of. It doesn't rust. It just patinas it very gently as well. So yeah, these are definitely fantastic beginner knives. And if you're looking for some it doesn't necessarily have to be matching set. There are great selections. Like beginner, I guess any stainless steel. I would probably say any Tsunehisas are fantastic. Pairing utility knives. Those are fantastic selection for sure.
Like a couple of these, Tsunehisa would be great. You can start a little bit higher up too. One of the things you got to remember with these knives, like Naoto said, he bought this knife 15 years ago and still uses it and still enjoys it, and it's one of the favorites in the house. Keep in mind, this is a type of thing you can buy once and own forever.
Yeah.
So yeah, keep that in mind.
Absolutely.
Yeah. That's why I think this Toshitaka would be an amazing knife too.
Absolutely.
It has a SG2 stainless steel, which we talk about these steel types, and SG2 and Aogami Super for me are two of my favorites. They just feel great when you cut with them. I was using my Takamura the other day, and god damn it, that thing is so smooth and so thin and so sharp. It just is like a laser beam. This Toshitaka feels very much like that. Has nice hammered texturing on the outside. It has a solid Paka wood handle. Paka is a type of wood that's like kind of like a wood and a resin together. It's like half wood, half plastic, right? So it's a really durable, resilient type of material for a handle. This is $400 for a 200 mil Gyuto, and this knife would last you and be one of those things that you just love forever.
It's the cost per performance on the Toshitaka knives are incredible.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, Toshitaka makes exceptional knives.
I just found the my knife.
Oh yeah.
Well, I mean, like, it's not my knife, but this the first knife I've ever owned. Well, I mean, Japanese knife.
And you bought it in Canada.
I bought it in Canada. I know, in the Calgary, Inglewood. And
These
we still
these Tsunehisa knives are also really good options. They're also 20% off. So if you are on that sort of a budget factor and you're listening to me say like buy a $400 knife and you're choking and being like, are you crazy? The Tsunehisa knives are excellent knives still. Like this series here, and just because we don't have it here, it still might be available on our website. So this is the Tsunehisa Tsuchimi Nashiji. Nashiji is a sort of a brush type of finish that looks like the skin of an apple pear. And this is a really lovely paring knife. It's got this hammer texture on the surface, which if your first knife, the benefit of that hammer texture is real. It's not just a look. It's like the tread on a tire. It breaks surface tension as you're cutting, so your knife is less likely to bind as you're cutting through something. Really nice looking Western style handle here compared to the Japanese style is this piece of wood. But it's got the 3 rivets, but it's got a nice feel to it. It's very nimble and light. So for a small paring knife, you're trying to peel stuff, cut garlic really finely, or what have you, this would work really well. It's stainless steel on the outside, carbon steel in the core, which gives you really good performance without a ton of maintenance. Again, if you are new to Japanese knives, they cut differently. They are so much sharper. You need to sort of redefine what you expect out of a knife. And one of the things you need to remember is to not cut anything too hard. Japanese knives are hard steel, so they stay sharp for a longer time. That's what we love about them. That's a great characteristic. You just can't cut through shells and bones. They're not that Japanese knife of the late night infomercial that can cut a shoe and open a tin can and still cut a tomato. Cut what you would bite through with your own teeth and you will be fine. Don't scrape your knife on your cutting board. Cut on a wood cutting board, ideally, and idealist is end grain wood. Those are really great cutting boards. You can get away with plastic, but steer clear of like the hard materials like compressed wood particle boards, bamboo, and titanium.
There's
Glass.
a lot of people on the internet talking about titanium and stainless steel cutting boards because they're more sanitary.
Yeah, a sanitary way to destroy the edge of your knife. A stainless steel cutting board is an oxymoron. It's a stainless steel dulling board is really what it should be called. That's enough for that.
Yeah. Dean, well, Matt's here. Dean is asking what your favorite is. Well, you're here.
What my favorite is, see that's tricky. I've just been playing with some of these absolutely stunning custom handles. Honestly.
Hold on, we can't
Okay.
hear you.
Cool. Do I just speak into this?
Yeah.
That's how microphones work. You just talk into them.
But you have one on your chest.
Well, you can
now
talk
this
into
is
mine
there.
if you want.
I've just been getting really excited. We had a guy buy one of our awesome lacquered handles on Monday. Where am I going? I need to go
Just
closer.
towards the camera.
I'm not very good at the internet, guys. I'm really sorry. We bought one of these awesome.
They just got it in England.
Yeah, we just got the internet.
Just a few years
It's a new thing, right? Trust me, when we get cars, the world is going to change. So we've got this awesome lacquered handle, and one of the guys bought a handle on Monday, and so I've just been playing around trying to match up knives for a guy called Denny. Just sent him some pictures over, and it got me quite excited for these handles. So realistically, the handles are what really open doors, because there's so many cool knives here that if you just want to elevate it to that one step more unique, that one step more like personalized to you. And I'm sure Naoto can talk more about who makes these handles, but I just think looking at them, they are stunning. The quality is gorgeous, and it gives you the chance to say, hey, I want to put my own stamp on that really cool knife. I don't want anybody else in the world to have the same knife as me. I'm going to buy that, wait for Knifewear to send me a message and say, hey, do you want us to put it on a handle? Do you want us to put it on a knife, or do you want to do it yourself? And we can do that. So for me, cool handles are exciting. I'm going to give you a really good example. This blue wavy handle, I'm going to set right there. Naoto can talk about it because he knows things. And I'm going to find the knife that I want to put it on.
Yeah, this lacquer handles, or it's actually a hand done. It's not like, there are several ways of making like patterns like this, but this, like I've seen some people like have the water drop in and you just like submerge it into and pattern prints it. It's not that. It's hand painted and hand done by this. I think Mayu Yamamoto-san. She's an urushi lacquer artist. And now she is working for, or she is actually a wife of the Yamaken handle workshop. Nice. Yeah, so anyways.
The knife I want to put this on, by the way, is this, these Kai Kikomori SPG Strix.
Oh, we do have that still? Oh,
yeah, I'm amazed. I heard you guys talking about Strix as this new steel. I really like the wavy Damascus on that with the wavy sort of lacquer on the handle. I think if you wanted to make that knife like genuinely one of a kind, that is a hell of a combination. It's not a cheap combination, but it's a hell of a combination.
I want to see what it would look like on this. This is the Anru White 2 Santoku. And it's just a smooth black Kurochi finish. And I think that would really make the handle pop. And
it's tricky getting them to line up right, let me tell you that. That looks awesome, actually.
Yep. Yeah, that looks good.
I like the contrast.
Yeah, it just makes the handle pop out. These Anru knives are really incredible. Ikeda has like become such a fantastic blacksmith, and like the way he flares the tang. I don't know. I'm a big fan of these knives. So
I'm going to hand this back to Mike and walk away because I'm going to do my job now. Bye, everyone.
You are doing your job, man.
Yeah. That is a part of the job. Alrighty, well, let's go back to one more question.
Okay.
And answering one more question, and let's talk about that little gadget sitting on the corner of the table.
Yeah,
later.
let's do it. I'm actually pretty pumped about that.
I'm actually pretty excited about that too. So here, the Rodney is asking for a most versatile Nakiri. So for those people who don't know what the Nakiri is the Japanese vegetable knife, and mainly used for leafy vegetables because Nakiri means a leafy vegetables like napa cabbage, napa. So leafy. The idea is that it is a little bit more flat. It has a more longer flat part. So when you're cutting green onions, when you're shredding the cabbage and stuff like that, it cuts through and touches on the cutting board entirely. You don't miss that little. You don't make accordion cabbage or accordion vegetables. So these are more rectangular blade. But there's a limitation. For example, they don't have a tip like other knives. So what I like about this one here is the shape. The SPG Strix by Nigaro-san. They call it a very interesting, strange name, Kiritsuke Nakiri. So it is considered to be still a Nakiri, but the tip is slightly, angled.
Well, and it comes up at the spine too. Yeah. So it's like does that.
So you could use this tip to maybe a little bit of coring jobs and such, right? So that versatility-wise, this is really great shape for that Nigara SPG Strix. What I like about this one here, although it's very traditional Nakiri shape from the Anryu Hamono, Anryu ANRYU, forged by Ikeda-san. This is really versatile because he makes so it's got a little bit more thicker spine and thinner towards the tip. So when you're cutting, say, dense vegetables and stuff, it actually slides them very nicely and still yet have the bit more stronger heel part. So that kind of versatility.
I would just say, I'll double down on you with this one. Like, that is a very nice knife. It's kind of just like understated in its look in comparison to some of the other things that are real Damascus, but it's a very good knife.
It is fantastic.
It's just what it is it's a very good knife.
Another thing is the versatility. Maybe it gives you a little bit more versatile having the taller blade.
Yeah.
This is Sakai Takayuki Coreless Damascus. I think they call it Tobunka because the tip is like this, but essentially it's a Nakiri. It's really flat.
I always feel dumb kind of saying this about a knife like this, but a real feature that's really nice, and I think it's just like something you're not supposed to do particularly, but something that everyone does do, is when you've cut a whole bunch of stuff and you want to move it into your mixing bowl or to your frying pan, you can just scoop it up with your knife. And this gives you extra scoopability. And I don't think that's like a technical qualification on Japanese knives. Like there isn't like this is a 1 out of a 5 on scoopability factor, but this is like a 5 out of 5 on scoopability factor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the most scoopability.
This thing's got some real scoopability.
Yeah, that's the.
Yeah.
Yep.
I really am interested in the coreless Damascus. I really think that's an interesting concept of how the blade edge works.
Yeah.
But I'd like to try that.
Awesome. Yeah. Well, let's.
More questions?
There's one, but let's talk about.
Oh yeah,
this
let's talk about
here.
the torch.
Yeah, the this. We got the. I mean, who doesn't need the great blowtorch? Yeah, it's this Aburimasta Soto KX700. It goes onto the those butane can. You can get it for those in Canada. I've seen something like this at any Asian grocery stores, as well as the Canadian Tire. You can get them those places. It's really simple. You just like
push it in, twist.
Push it in, twist, and I don't. And you can actually adjust the.
Oh, you can adjust the air intake.
Air intake.
Oh, that's even better than I thought.
It's really nice. It's super handy. I try not to
don't melt the camera lens. Thanks. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to tell you something that I learned earlier this year that was very dangerous. Is that I have one of those circulators, like a circulator is what most people would call a sous vide.
Oh, yeah,
so
yeah,
it's that heats your water bath and rotates it around, and you can cook very precise temperatures.
Yeah.
If you take the ingredients of a creme brulee and mix it together and put them into a jar, like a mason jar, and screw the lid on and put it into your water bath, like into your circulator, like just the Anova or whatever, they turn out perfectly. Perfect creme brulees in a jar. They're hermetically sealed because you've cooked them in water like you can them.
Right.
And then you can keep them in your fridge. So you can have creme brulees for breakfast if you want. And it's a bad thing. It's a bad thing to know, but you need a good torch for that.
Apparently.
That's like the French restaurant I worked at. We would be closed Sundays, Mondays. And so Saturday night, it's like all the creme brulees that were left.
Yeah.
You gotta eat them. You gotta eat them in the garbage. So, you eat 6 creme brulees.
Oh my God.
Apparently, this one, you can torch you can do it you can do it in any direction.
Well, that's a problem with a lot of torches, right? It's fine when you've got it lit and standing up, but then you tip it over and it goes out, right?
So it's like any direction. So it's actually
I also worked at another place. We did breakfast, and we had this oatmeal that you would fill it like a pasta bowl with oatmeal, and then you would put sliced bananas, bird's custard powder, and then the raw sugar on top, and then you would torch it. And if you want to take oatmeal from being healthy to being amazing, is you put custard on top of it, and then you brulee your oatmeal. It was great. It was great. Yeah.
That sounds incredible.
Yeah, it was good.
It's the most Scottish thing I've ever heard. The place where I like to use a brulee torch is I worked in pastry for a couple of years, and often you wouldn't pull your butter out overnight to warm up. And if you want to make cookies, you cannot use cold butter. Your butter has to be warm, or your cookies will not turn out. And so if you got cold butter, you just gently warm the mixing bowl. So I just at home, so I don't have butter that's room temperature. I throw cold butter and I start, running
diced
the beater.
up cold butter,
and then you just very gently warm the bowl
while it's mixing it around.
And you just have to make sure it doesn't get melted, obviously.
Sure,
before you add your sugar to cream it in, and you'll actually end up with good cookies as opposed
Nathan Garrow is our resident butter expert.
Yeah.
And he has proven that again here today.
Butters are.
Yeah.
We got a question for Naoto.
Yeah.
Do we have any products for sealing natural stones?
Oh
I've heard
no,
that one for a
we
while.
don't. The it's called the so in Japan it's called the I just blanking the words.
I feel like it's one of those things where you have to go to a forest and you got to find the right tree, and then you have to like score the tree and get the lacquer out of the tree.
Almost like we can do.
Like it's probably something real specific.
yeah.
People used to ask us back when we did more sharpening live streams about,
Yeah,
was it pine resin they were asking about?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, literally.
Yeah.
Right.
Tree products.
Yeah.
And you can
So-
buy that in Japan, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
We don't. Yeah, unfortunately, we don't carry them. The it's they call it the yo. It's the word to do that stuff is called yojo, and they do have some type of resin and. Yeah. We don't have any to do that.
I've seen videos of people making, like bushcrafting people making their own like sealant pine resin. I can't remember what that stuff's called. Pitch, yeah. So you
Pine
can always
tar resin,
you can make your own pine tar. It's pretty straightforward. Maybe wear a respirator. I don't think it's supposed to be good for you, but you could try making it. Yeah.
So
We have pine trees.
yeah, unfortunately yeah.
Orinoco has a question about handles.
Is this Orinoco Flojo?
It is.
Oh, welcome back.
Do we have any
Kashi.
knives with kintsugi lacquer handles?
No, but similar.
Of course he knows. What's kintsugi lacquer? Can someone tell me? Oh.
Yeah. So kintsugi is this technique, when you it's a technique that they do. Put the urushi, put the plates. Well, when you break the plates.
Oh, right.
You
When you put it back together with gold.
Yeah. So we do have very similar one with the. It's not the necessarily kintsugi lacquer, but it will make it look like this. This is actual lacquer and a little bit of powder technique. It's not gold, but it's very similar technique.
Well, I don't know if
the
you can
kintsugi.
see it, but you know that there's a bazillion layers in here because there's like this emerald turquoise kind of ribbon through it.
Yeah, you can see.
It looks like the
there's a
northern
green-
lights, faint northern lights inside that
green,
handle. Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, you can see
like
fainted color here, green, red. This is very similar. If you want to look for this one, it is under Skenari SU. Both we have the high-speed powder steel as well as ZDP 189.
Oh, it's upside down.
Skenari Sukkenari. Skenari is any blades with the Skenari right now have this very similar handle to it. So yes, here.
Very cool. What else you got? We have more questions there?
So
We
yeah,
got- Oh yeah. Okay,
someone
thanks.
what's
Well, before you answer that question, I got to just throw out a couple bits of info we've got here
yeah.
on the teleprompter.
So
This
we
is
can
my
just, like,
teleprompter. Proud to say that we worked with all kinds of our people. You're our people. People came and got their knives sharpened, and we spent a week donating all of our sharpening money that came in to the Kapwa Strong Foundation that is supporting the community in Vancouver that is still reeling from the tragic accident of someone. I don't even want to talk about it.
Yeah.
You'll hear about it if you haven't. And we were able to raise $13,900 to support the victims of that tragic incident. Other couple of fun things that are happening in better news in Victoria, we are going to be doing a pop-up there in Victoria, BC on Vancouver Island from June 28th and June 29th. It's going to be at the Hotel Grand Pacific. And we're really pumped to get back to Victoria. There's a lot of great folks out there. I know the whole island has a lot of great customers. So if you know about up there, tag them, let them know. And also, who's coming to Vancouver?
Michiko Kubota-san. She is the world famous knife engraver.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's fantastic. We don't have any. Oh, there. We have one of.
We don't have anything except for this thing. that old thing, he says.
This thing. She is so talented. She can do a lot of different, so this one, she engraved a poem with Japanese writing in kanji.
I just thought it was a really long
Bring
name.
your hand towards the center of the frame now. But yeah, there you go. Yeah.
So kanji and hiragana. Hiragana is actually one of the hardest things to engrave on because it's got a lot of more curves.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And see the cherry blossom right here.
So this lady does just the engravings by hand with a hammer and a tool that she scratches very artistically into the knife. And we have seen all kinds of really cool stuff, ranging from this type of thing with a poem to images to animals and other cool stuff.
Yeah, we had the octopus.
Right, that was so cool.
So we are so happy that we will have her at our Vancouver shop on July 10th. Times TBD, to be determined. But we'll have her. If you have any knives from Sakai Takayuki, she should be able to engrave that knife or the name for you. I don't think she can do, like flowers on each knife. So, you bring it in, but it's a meet and greet for sure. So we're pretty excited to have her in our store on July 10th.
Join the mailing list. Follow on Instagram to find out.
Yeah. So if you want to know more about it or a reminder, join our mailing list. We'll send out the emails. Follow our Instagram. Subscribe to the. I don't know if the subscription or YouTube subscription does anything, but subscribe to the channel because it's
the mailing list that we have.
The channel because we got a video coming out on Saturday.
Right. So there is. We just came back from Japan, the Jacob and I, and we visited quite a bit of different workshops and met a lot of blacksmith knife makers.
So the first video from your trip to Japan
is going to come out.
Probably
on Saturday. It's a vlog about the Jacob's experience, experience.
Oh, is it like selfie videos of Jacob in his hotel room in his yukata, just being like, "We just woke up. Last night I don't remember what happened. We ate raw fish and drank beer for hours."
Yeah.
Basically. Exactly that.
Well, I've been there. I know what happens.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's great.
Anyway.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you guys went and had a good time, and I am really looking forward to all the videos that have come out of it or will come out of it. Next thing. What's next?
So we have the question by.
Was this still the question?
That one, not this one. Where did the paper go?
We had a question. Do you still have it there? We have a.
I think just said the sasame.
Do we have a question about the sasame? We want to see the sasame. Okay, well let's go top down. Here is your sasame. Sasame is the bamboo leaf, which is the term. Bamboo leaf. Sasame is kind of reminiscent of this finish, the tsuchimi finish, cherry handle, cobalt special steel. Cobalt special is similar to VG10, but more cobalt, making the steel tougher. Made by Yu Kurosaki. Yu Kurosaki of the Sunday sticker bad portrait fame. You could also get a sticker of the blacksmith. Cobalt special is a really cool steel. It's kind of newer. It's a stainless steel, holds an edge really nicely, and that's like what I've heard from some people in the industry, the kitchen cooking industry. So good reliable source, I'd say. And Kurosaki's been a blacksmith for quite some time. Really quite talented. Became a master blacksmith at quite a young age. He's out of Takefu. This is $536. If you had any specifics you were looking for, I would love to hear them and get them to you. But yeah, it's like nice curve here at the choil, so like comfortable spot for your finger to sit. Nicely beveled, like nice grind. It's not too thin, but it is quite a thin edge. So yeah, I imagine this knife would work beautifully. It looks very similar to some other knives I got. sorry for the noise, but we've got a, the shipper is picking up some stack of orders, so we're not going to stop those people.
Snoop Roop is asking to see the CCK Shibata special cleavers and want us to compare 150 versus 200 mil. Well, it's a size, definitely. The Shibata-san is this good friend of ours. He's an awesome knife sharpener, and he loves this shape. He has his own line of knives called the Tank, right? It's got the this tall cleaver type of shape with the tip cut off like that to make it it's really versatile, right? It's got that little thinner tip. I guess this could be actually one of the more versatile Nakiri, maybe.
Absolutely, it is very thin.
But these CCK cleavers, both ones are made with such thin piece of steel to begin with. Like, look at how thin these are.
Yeah.
These are not really a bone cutting, chopping cleaver. We call it cleaver because that's what they call it. But these are definitely more of the, vegetable chop, like slicer, more like versatile, anything knife, but bone.
The bevel's very even too. The way it's ground, it's a very nice even knife. It would cut really straight and very thin.
Mm-hmm. But the difference again is really the size. I'm pleasantly surprised at how comfy this knife is.
Yeah, that little one is really beautiful. What length is that? Do we know?
It's a 150.
150.
Yeah, supposedly.
What are they called?
It's called CCK Shibata Special.
CCK Shibata Special, yeah.
I believe so. Yeah, 150 mil. It's super versatile. It's little knife but does everything. This is 200 mil. Almost 210. It does great job for sure. It is a versatile knife. It depends on what you're looking to, I think, do, right? Like the bigger meats and stuff get this size. But anything like everyday chopping, small veg prep, this will do the most jobs.
Yeah, I find with a knife size and length and shape difference, the taller it gets, it can cut straight very nicely. The skinnier it gets, the easier it is to go around curves. But also, like the shorter and the shorter in the both dimensions, right? Length and heel to edge, or spine to edge, gives you more control. Like you'll be able to have more accuracy and more finesse with a knife that's a little bit smaller. You can do faster little chopping, but you've seen people use these big honking knives that is a matter of time and effort to master the technique. But yeah, by and large, I find a big tall knife tracks straight, has more weight, drops through food, a little bit easier, less pushing. Smaller, sometimes it's just more comfortable to grab a smaller knife because of your situation. You're just like cutting the ends off of things and then putting your groceries in the fridge or whatever. You don't need that big knife in the way. A smaller knife can be very convenient to have, but I think the end of it is that you can make a big knife do the job of a smaller knife, and you can't make a small knife be bigger. It's also maybe not entirely true either, but Well, we have a couple of Keguras left. Those of you who have been around for a while know Keura here at Knifewear. We've had his knives for years and years. He's mostly retired now. So we only get small snippets of stuff, and in the last few years he's been doing stuff like making hunting knives. So we have a couple of his hunting knives left here, and they are like a collector's item, I'd say.
I'd argue they are a collector's item.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that. It's beautiful. It looks like ironwood handle.
Yeah, he takes those like old steel from in and out of his workshop, old steel as old tools like sickle, hoes, whatever that's available. He hand fold it and makes the beautiful Damascus in-house. Like my favorite is this guy here. It's the
So yeah, this is the Ken Keura Aogami Damascus ironwood handle hunting knife.
Yeah, look at you see the little reddish color. it must have been something like some like copper or some different type of wood goes in. It's like so beautiful. Each one's so uniquely made. Yeah.
Yeah. So a couple of the Keguras left, some antler handles.
Yeah.
If you need a real treat, that would be a place to be.
Knifewear Garage Sale is not like Knifewear Garage Sale without the kind of silly things, and these are.
Oh yeah, your playing cards.
Yeah, silly things.
These are like hockey cards.
Guardians of the Artisans. This cards. I think we only have 4 left. I think the package in anime character trading cards out of the Sanjo area. Like each cards and characters represent the those artisans, I guess, in that area.
That's cool.
So it's like $6 each, I believe.
Oh, they're like turning these artisans into like good role models for the kids. They can look up to these people or something. Come on.
Yeah. It comes with, I think, like 5 cards or something.
5 cards, $6.
Yeah.
For the anime fan of Japanese craft.
Yeah.
Together at last. That's very cool. All right.
We have one left for the. I think we have one left on this Shiori and Opinel Nigara-san, or the collaboration here. The Opinel is this French Higo knife. I think Opinel people will be saying like, no, it's the.
What does Higo mean?
Higo basically means Higo doesn't mean anything. Higo, but is
okay, I understand. In the style of a Higo knife, which he's trying to say is just like a nice folding knife.
Yeah, the Higo knife is
design.
Like simple design Japanese folding knives. They call it Higo knife like this. But like the simple design. Like Japanese people call Opinel a French Higo. I think French people will call Higo knife a Japanese Opinel.
I think you're right.
Yeah,
I think you're right.
It makes more sense. But this one is fantastic. The blade, it's a collaboration.
It's a little bit different than the standard Opinel that's $30. As you can see in the corner, it is $600. Yeah. But the blade was made out of VG7 at the Nigara Himono, of who we've been showing off their knives all week. We've carried Nigara knives for years now, and they're awesome knives. And the fact he's made the blade for this Opinel, and they've certainly stepped up the wood on the handle too. It looks like a flamed maple.
Yeah.
It's gorgeous. This is a gorgeous knife.
Yeah. So it's very limited run. We're fortunate enough to get a few in our hands. So this may be the last one.
It's not your grandpa's Opinel.
Yeah. It's great. And also something super, fun is this guy here.
Well, it looks like we only have the 2 left. This is from our good friend Shibata-san, making the Hocho jig. Reportedly, these do incredibly well.
Oh, I found the third one.
Kevin caught a giant yellowtail not that long ago with this fishing lure that's shaped like a bunka.
I think Shiba needs to partner up with an Irish dancer, and then they could do a Hocho jig.
I'm out of here. What? You do a Hocho jig right the F out of here, buddy. Holy.
Alrighty.
The Pankiri.
The Sasa.
Yep, this one.
This one, the
Bisera?
Bisera? Yeah, Bisesa or Bisera. Wanted to see, I guess, this knife. Very, I don't want to say it's silly. It's very traditional shape in that particular region of Sakai. This one here, Hado Sakai Kirisame, white carbon #1 steel with stainless. No, white #1. Yeah, blue. Yeah, and the stainless clad on the outside. Pankiri means a bread cutting. Pan is for those who speaks Latin, I guess, the very similar, French pan, Portuguese pan, I think Spanish very similar. Pan, we don't have pan in Japan before the opening up to the Western countries.
And
right?
was it the Portuguese first?
Yeah, Portuguese first. Yeah.
French.
So it is a bread knife. The shape, they make it a little bit more flatter here. It's a little bit hard to focus today. A little bit of flatter here, more like a santoku kind of tip here. really the biggest thing about this particular knife is that the edge finish. They finish the edge with about 400 grit. Usually knife makers finish their edges at least 2,000 grit. So finishing them at a 400 grit gives you much more bite. So what it does is, say when you're cutting into the really loaves of baguette or the sourdough and stuff, this toothy edge will actually bite into it and cut through those bits. And it's better to have actually straighter blade, like the non-serrated blade, because when you're cutting it, it doesn't create a lot of crumbs out. It's like cuts so much smoother. Like
Right. Yeah, it wouldn't make as many crumbs.
Yeah, exactly. Just
it wouldn't rip things apart.
It doesn't sew things out. So this is really, really interesting piece of a bread knife, and also can be used for anything else, everything else.
Oh, it'd be a great carving knife too. It's just, that's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
And unique, right? Again, it's like this is part of the spirit of the garage sale. Is like weird.
Yeah.
Let's take it.
Let's
bring it to the world.
One of the things about this particular one is that so when we visited them, they showed us this, and I tested the edge, and I'm like, this is about the same edge as the other knives in there. And they're like, yeah, if you're calling the Pankiri, why don't I finish at a little bit lower grit and test it out? And so they did.
You're a man of influence, Naoto.
Yeah. Go in there and talk to them in person, and ask them the things that we think it's gonna work. It's really, really good.
Yeah, so, it's fun. It's collaboration, right?
Yeah. So that's the Kirisame Pankiri. I guess we have a
Ladies and gentlemen, coming to you live here at the Knifewear Warehouse is this guy whose name is what's it again? Forklift. Did your mom name you Forklift?
Yeah. Do you want to see my ID? I'm not gonna dox myself. But, do you want to see it?
I do. Yeah.
Okay. After, I'll show you.
Nolan, the forklift warehouse driver.
Yes.
Take this microphone.
Okay.
So, what are you doing, Nolan?
I'm going to talk about my favorite things of the garage sale that are still left.
Awesome. Well, I think you collected it secretly on that side.
Yeah, I was doing it over there, and I'll just wiggle through.
Tell us about favorite things that we still have in our
stuff. These.
Yeah.
And we got them in my cart now.
Do we have this? Were we out of stock for a little while?
We had one, and it sold right away.
Right.
And then we just got a restock today.
Yeah.
And we got 3 of them.
Can you show it to us?
Yes.
What's this? Yeah.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
This is what's that?
Up. Out of focus.
So,
there you go.
So, who made this? So, this is the folding knife made by Nigara-san.
Yes.
Using the SG2 powder stainless steel. It is fantastic. I love every part of this knife.
Oh, it's so nice.
Personally, I like the G10 look. I think I'm more like little swirly. We have 3 different types of the
carbon
scale.
is my favorite by
Carbon
far.
fiber.
But it's fully sold out.
That's a micarta.
Yep.
And we have G10.
Yes.
G10, I don't know if you have them here, but
I'll go grab it.
don't worry.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's right there.
But each one's
It's
are
the comparison.
unique. It's great. Again, as I said, I love every part of. I'm not a big pocket knife person.
I am.
You're just a big knife person.
Yeah, but I really like pocket knives.
But this.
And that was the first thing before kitchen knives.
How it opens, it's so nice and smooth. The edge is really nice. It's super smooth here as well. It's really.
It's got good jimping for your thumb, for your pointer finger right here.
It's
so really
well made, well thought out. It is slightly bigger, my hand, but it actually doesn't feel that awkward either. So
no.
Yeah, the
detents are really nice in it.
I love how
it's fun to play with.
Yep.
Pocket clip is great.
Yeah, right. It's got the little Damascus.
Yeah, and it's got the ball, so
Damascus
less
ball.
likelihood of it bending back and then having to fix it later.
Like this.
And if you do bend it back, it's easy to fix.
Yeah.
It's got a screw right there.
There. What else? What else do you have?
I got?
Yeah.
Higo.
All right, so Higo is this type of knife that, it's very traditional, but this one here is hand forged. We have a lot of we call it, it's more like manufactured blades are, like punched out by machines and stuff. This particular one here.
I gotta put my hand out like that?
Because that'll help it focus.
How about me doing this and you do the talking?
Okay. I absolutely love this. Like, when we got them in, I was like, oh, what is this? It's in a little wood box. It's so cool. It's thick. It's robust.
This one here is forged by the Osamu Tomita-san. He is a carpentry tool blacksmith in Miki, Hyogo. See, he does make chisels and the plane blades and such. But sometimes he makes this scale is hand forged as well, right?
I like how it's folded.
Yeah.
It's a taco.
Really nice and thick.
Yeah.
Here. Yeah, it's really good. I love how the contrast from the core steel to this, cladding steel too, right? Anyways, yeah,
it's very beautiful.
It's a Tomita, Tomita. Huh? Yeah, Tomita-san. The name sounds like one of those stores sells the modeled.
Oh, Tamiya.
Tomita.
Yeah, they make paints and glue. They're great.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyways.
Big fan.
Yeah,
Big fan.
Big fan.
What else do you have?
What else do I have?
What else do you have?
What else do I have?
Wow, I'm just showing that this here. What's that?
What's this? What's this?
What's that?
What's this?
I'm just going to show another.
What's this? What's this? What's that?
I have no idea what this is, but I bet this is
Yes.
magnetic knife holder.
Yes.
Yes. Who made this?
What is it? Dom Raba Designs?
Yeah, so he works for a knife shop out of the UK,
Okay.
and he also makes those.
So
Yeah, I know they're handmade. The cork is beautiful. It's quite
Walmart.
small, but you've got featured 2 knives or 3 knives, or you want to put your steak knives on there, is what I want to do with it. So I want to put it in my kitchen, on the wall, have my steak knives featured.
Or if you have really pretty mirror polished knives, you don't want to get scratched up.
Yeah.
yeah.
But then it's just that beautiful cork background that's all rainbowy and colorful. I really like it. It's very nice.
You can do up to 4. You can, if you skinnier, you can
Yeah.
do probably a lot more.
Yeah.
Yes.
Definitely on my buy list. If there's any left.
Yes. Do you have more?
I got more. I got more things. I like things.
No, please. I'm just enjoying opening this.
You just want to play with it.
Yes.
All right. Give me that.
It's bad influence though. The more I play,
Right.
I'm like,
Maybe you do need it.
right?
Two pocket knife.
Right?
Do I have it? Is it focused? Yeah, there we go.
All right. So Sakai Takayuki, coreless Damascus VG2 and VG10, and I think it's called the Koto Bunka. I can't remember.
Yeah.
It's one of those.
It's cute.
Yeah. You can do a lot of things with this though, right? It's got the super nice toe blade. It's almost like a equivalent to this.
Yeah.
The CCK Shiba cleaver 150 mil. It does very similar things, right? Like tall enough, versatile. You can do most, a lot of chopping. If you're just gonna make sandwich out of that,
it's cute.
And
it's
I
small,
love the Damascus.
Lightweight. The Damascus is beautiful.
Finish.
The handle complements it very well.
Bruh. Right. Awesome. I shouldn't be just playing the, and you want to talk about this, right?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. This
Right,
this
put
is
this one out of the way.
this is what you're here for. Almost.
This is what I'm here for.
Almost.
This. Yeah.
What is that? Is that one that you brought from home, or is it?
No, I took that one home because I wanted to keep using it at home. I wasn't sure if I'd get to talk about it today, so I took it home.
What's that?
This is a carbon steel spatula made by my friend Jesse of Nordquist Designs. Yes, I got my hands. Yes.
A little closer to us. Bit less.
Yeah. So the handle is
towards the middle. The
handle is brass. Look at this.
Ah, I see now.
So handle is brass, like here. And the steel, or the spatula part, is the carbon steel.
Yes.
I imagine. What's good about it?
It's bendy. You go in and get stuff underneath. Top. It's made in Canada.
It's super thin too, right?
Yeah, super, super thin.
What happens when you use it? I mean, I'm talking about the. It works. Yes.
It works.
It works
really, really well.
But so this is made with a
good patina.
It will. So when this is carbon steel. So when you use them for time and wash it like every day, wash it and just keep it dry. That's all basically you have to do. Don't put it in the dishwasher.
Don't do it.
No, not in the dishwasher. But the what will happen is the blue color. We're just gonna change it gradually, make it like yours looks really nice, rainbowy color
it's
right
got dark
now.
Purples and spots
Oxidizes,
of black, but really nice.
Yeah.
It complements it really beautifully.
Yeah.
Can you show us the flex from the side? Yeah.
Is that in focus good?
Okay.
Yeah. It kind of shows.
Yeah. Gives us an idea.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Awesome. Alrighty.
That's
Any
what I got.
questions coming?
What was
Jacob?
Nolan, what was your favorite knife that you packed up this week?
Yeah.
I need a second. That was I checked a lot of knives this week.
Right.
I'm trying to think of which ones I checked. Tiff got to check Dean's Kagura, which was beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see.
Is that one of the new ones?
This is
It's a pensive roll. And that's Cobalt Special?
Honestly, probably any of the old Sakai
don't
stuff.
have it here.
I like those.
The old Sakai was
We can show that one.
I like the little owl stamped in the back. It's fun to see that every time.
Oh.
Yeah. That's all I got.
Sweet. Well, thanks, Nolan.
Hi, Dean. Bye-bye. Dean's always watching the live stream.
Yeah.
And if Hato's watching the live stream, hello.
Oops.
Yeah, half 40. That was
Alrighty, so-
Nolan.
Alrighty, so what's next? Someone I know was asking. Sorry, I'm just looking it up. Alrighty, so Cobalt Special 240, right? Alright, so we had someone asking, should we go with this Aldo's Hop 40 question first?
I'm still looking for half 40.
Okay. So where's this? Alrighty, so Devin is asking about this Myojin Cobalt Special 240. Unfortunately, we don't have that particular knife here in the warehouse. Something very similar again is this Tetsujin. Well, we can talk about his knives. Oh, we actually have something very similar, but in a different size, sitting in our office. But this is great. For Cobalt Special one, what I can tell you is that the line is a little bit more straighter, and but sharpening job is very similar. I'll be actually right back. Do you want to actually keep talking about this? I'll be right back.
If you could only see Naoto's desk, you would know what he's doing. He is going to go and find something really incredible just on his desk. Yeah, so this is the Tetsujin. Yeah, right. So, Ginsen. I don't know. What do we want to know about it? We want to look at it. Devin, that's it. I'm going to set you aside because Naoto's going to come back with more stuff.
I'm sure Naoto said this. We didn't have the one that he wanted to see in stock in the warehouse.
Oh, I see.
So he's grabbing something else.
Oh, Cobalt Special. Okay, well here.
It's very similar. How it looked like is it's So what it will look like is this. His Cobalt Special, this is SG2 version, but it's very clean, nice and thin. It's got the Naohito Saku engraving like this, and it's super thin. We actually had this one tested. I took this home, tested it out. I know it's going to do a fantastic job. Nolan took it home and tested it out. It's fantastic. I was like, sometimes it's great too.
Is this a Cobalt Special? No, that's SG2.
But we do have the Cobalt Special one still.
Similar knife.
Around, but similar.
Okay. So. And what's the, and it's the sharpened by Myojin.
Yes.
Right? And similar handle to that? What handle is that?
No, the handle is different.
Handle's different?
Yeah.
Okay.
But the edge is fantastic, super thin, and yeah, keeps does a great job. Okay.
Aldo wants to know about HAP 40. Do we have any HAP 40 left? And what I could find was this one HAP 40, but I did also bring the ZDP over. I don't know, I kind of put ZDP and HAP 40 in a similar category in my brain of being wickedly good at holding an edge, being very stainless steel, being shockingly sharp.
Semi. HAP 40 semi-stainless.
HAP 40 semi-stainless. But being absolutely scary sharp when you get the sharpening job right on them. HAP 40 especially, and ZDP, I just find you got to spend a bunch of time on a really fine stone to really work it down. And so that's why they hold their edge so long, is because they don't wear as easily. This is the Toruku Sakai HAP 40. Oh, we have a Santoku as well. It's $390. This is beautiful. It's got the buffalo horn ferrule and a magnolia handle. Just a Migaki finish. It's just a simple knife, but
it's really simple, well-made knife with it's a little roll forged action going. So it's got little thicker at where it goes into the handle and tapers it down a little thinner towards the tip. The knife maker basically of this knife was saying, I mean, it is really difficult because it's such a hard steel to work with.
Sure.
He was saying it's so difficult to work with.
So it's hard, but it's
it's
beautiful,
for
actually.
us instead of it is, despite how simple that looks, it's actually really well made knife, super nice and thin, and it's really well thought out when it's made.
Well, it's funny, we have a couple of people around who've become just like really dedicated knife collectors, and I remember talking to one of them not that long ago, someone who's got just like everything and some of the best things, and I asked, what's the knife that you find that you're just like, you grab and you use all the time? And for him, it was the Gihei HAP 40 Nakiri. And he said, I don't know what it is. It's just always there. And it's just always ready to do the job. And it's just always sharp and dependable. I think for him, maybe it's also something he doesn't need to fuss over because he doesn't want to worry about those super nice collector items he's got. But at $320 for the Santoku, $390 for a 210 Gyuto.
For HAP 40,
for HAP 40, for something that's this nicely made, that's a really, really good knife to have. Yeah. It'll be the thing when your mother-in-law comes over and they pick it up, you'll be like, duh, no, not that one.
But yeah, the ZDP, the Toshitaka knife is really nice. It's the same kind of category in terms of hardness and wear resistance. But this one here, Toshitaka-san out of the Seki, the way he sharpens is just absolutely gorgeous. It's so thin, like I'd imagine that when you're cutting a squash or something like really dense vegetables, it's going to be so much breeze. Like a lot of people think when you're cutting the squash or something super hard vegetables, you need a thick knife. It's opposite, in my opinion. You need a very, very thin knife. You still have to be careful. You don't want to cut it into the stems and stuff like that with these, but as long as you have the stable hand just going straight, say butternut squash, cut the top and bottom off, make it stand up and just do that. It's just gonna do so much,
so smooth.
There's no resistance whatsoever, right?
Yeah.
So that's my take. on those knives or those tools. Oh.
Compare all Makoto petties.
Oh.
We have one petty.
Yeah, and we have one.
That'll be easy.
Some of you that have been asking questions will have noticed that we didn't show the knives you asked about. Now we're running into the issue where our stores have inventory of a lot of these knives, but our warehouse is sold out. So we apologize for those that we cannot answer. Like in this case, where you're going to compare one knife to itself, and then maybe Naoto can talk about the other Makoto knives.
Yes, absolutely. So his knives shapes are very similar, especially Teddy's 130. It's like generally is this shape, and thickness is very similar as well. So really the difference for what you'd be looking for is the type of steel. This particular one here is the it's the one that we kind of kept talking about. The I just picked up the spam call. This here is really hard to catch on the camera, but the core steel is actually coreless Damascus. So this one here, theoretically speaking, the VG2 and VG10 core steel is going to wear in slightly different rate. So it creates, so they call it infinite serration. But this one here is great. We had the VG10W one, Kodama. We had the VG10.
Yep, the Sakura.
Sakura, the SG2. So it really depends on what you be looking for. But most of these knives, Makoto knives, are all stainless steel. So you don't have to worry too much about the rusting and stuff. Like, I love this coreless Damascus because, you know, it's something to test. It's great. If you never had the coreless Damascus and tried so many other knives already, coreless may be something different and fun.
So primarily the difference we're going to find in the Makoto petties is going to be the core steel type.
Yeah.
The way he makes them, grinds them, shapes them, very similar. So the look as well will be different.
Yeah.
Obviously, so the stuff you can see front and center. Plus, it's just the characteristics of the steel type that will vary between Makoto's knives, but they're all very similar. So, great.
Hey, conveniently, somebody just has to look at that, and I already put it in there.
Okay. Conveniently. Well,
Doodle Snoozles.
Let me put
there's very few of these knives left in the world, and there never will be any more. The blacksmith forging the blade, Genkai, right?
Genkai-san still around.
Genkai-san is still around, but it was a long time partnership with him and the sharpener. What was the sharpener's name?
The Hakui-san.
Hakui-san, yeah.
His sharpener name is the Minamoto Hakho.
You know what? We need second names for our jobs. Like, wouldn't that be sick? What would yours be, Jacob? You're the guy who does the camera, sit in the back. Would you be Jacob is your real name, and then what's your camera guy name?
Wes. Like Wes Anderson.
Oh, wow. So listen, these knives are very special because it was a partnership, a long-standing partnership with two people, an incredibly talented blacksmith and an incredibly talented sharpener. And if you've done trades and if you've worked with people, sometimes you just like working with that other person because you know what you're going to get and you like it, or you know that you're going to give it to someone who's going to understand what you've done, and you have this really great partnership. And so they've had this partnership. Sadly, the sharpener has passed, and Naoto did come across a couple of these Genkais. So here you go.
Yeah, Genkai-san's knife is really hard to come by themselves, and sharpened by Hakko-san is like pretty impossible these days. It's really well made. It's really there's the.
You can see the sharpener's mark on the inside on the tang.
These handles are attached with this pin here. So once whoever's getting it, I will attach this, but you can always take it apart and clean them very easily. This particular knife, two knives that we found were at the this maker who makes the beautiful saya and the handle.
And that's real silver on the handle.
Yeah, it's like basically one of those very rare pieces that it was basically sitting there.
And the pin that's in there.
Yeah.
Is that a traditional way that they would have had handles on knives with that pin?
It's traditional way for swords.
For swords.
Yeah. So you can just like tap the pin from the other side. I used that there is a proper tool.
Of course,
we didn't have one, so we just used the
a Bic pen.
No, I wanted to be really gentle, so I used the skewer.
Oh, a bamboo skewer.
Yeah, bamboo skewer.
That's clever.
Yeah.
That's why you do this, not me.
But the tip it bamboo skewer, and it comes off like this. And insert them with this in, and and we'll put them together when we ship them. But it is like super rare piece that you don't know when we're gonna see them, when you're gonna see them next. I was really, really excited when I saw this. It's like, so we got those just for, this is great opportunity for knife collectors, knife nerds, or whoever wants to this is great opportunity because a lot of people who watches this live stream appreciate these type of stuff, right? So instead of randomly put it on our website, this being able to tell the story,
show people what it is important.
It's great. So hopefully someone is gonna get this one, Genkai-san and Hakui-san, or the Hakuho knife soon-ish. So, anyways, here. I hope it helped the doodle snoozle.
Doodle snoozle.
Alrighty. Spaghetti Head is asking to see Honosukis.
That's Mr. Spaghetti Head to you.
Yes.
Maybe he's a pastafarian.
Nathan.
Garasuki, Honosuki. Garasuki is like a Honosuki, but bigger. Also, single bevel, especially in this case. Do we have that Kagura?
No, that's all gone. That's gone.
Big and beautiful. White number 2, single bevel, meaning it's built for a right-handed person. And thicker, right? Thicker at the spine. And then we have the Anru Himono Aogami stainless clad. We went on about this knife on the Monday live stream a fair bit. It's just really well put together, really built for purpose. Texturing is lovely on this face of the blade, but it's thicker at the heel of the blade, tapering up towards the tip, so you've got real fine, precise at the tip, but you've got a bit more strength here at the heel. Something that's nice about Honosukis or Garasukis or Deba, when they're thicker at the heel of the knife, or wider, I should say, thicker or wider, it gives you the ability to drive them through the knuckle or the joint of whatever you're cutting with less chance of damaging the knife because it's not as thin. But you retain that thinness at the front of the knife, and you use that when you're going through things like the skin or the meat. It's a smart way of making the knife and using the knife. And then we also have this lovely knife here from our pal Hudson Torrens, who is a young 21 years old as of Monday. He's been blacksmithing now for 4 or 5 years. And this is his knife. He makes this in his garage at his parents' house, which is not that far from here, maybe 5K. He is currently off in Europe learning and practicing and taking part in blacksmithing there. This is his Honosuki, which he has made. And it's a little shorter than a typical Honosuki, which makes it feel really nimble. It's a single piece of steel. It's nice and strong and thick. And it has a super nice edge.
How thick that is, too.
Yeah.
Did you talk about the Amaris?
I did, yeah.
We actually had one really great deal. If you are to get into butchery and not really knowing, if you want to actually have the Honosuki, this Tsunehisa VG2 Honosuki
and it's like
great.
$60.
It's $60.
Yeah.
We do still, they are available online still, so like if you want to get into something like something that you you weren't quite sure, like sometimes like a sharpening, right?
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure if you're going to use it so often.
Sure.
These are a great way to get it into and test it.
Could you tell us a little bit more about Garasuki?
Yeah.
I obviously can state the obvious here, but what's the deal with Garasuki?
Garasuki, generally speaking, the Garasuki means, well, I don't know if you ever heard of this term, torigara. Torigara is this chicken carcass, basically. So,
Okay.
Garasuki, gara is basically the like it's just chicken butchery knife.
Yeah.
But it is bigger.
Yeah.
I think that's about it. The Garasuki, we have them Sakai Takayuki with SK full line as well. It's really nice and thick. Doesn't have to be single bevel, but it usually comes in 180 millimeter like this.
Yeah, there's something I think about Garasuki at that size is I wonder, would that be something you could use kind of for doing both chicken butchery and using it like a deba on fish?
You definitely can, absolutely.
It seems like you'd be able to get a bit more purpose out of it that way.
Yeah, you can definitely. The good thing about deba, though, it's got a little bit of a curved tip, so you can do this motion a bit easier,
Right.
where the Garasuki is not, or the Honosuki is not really designed.
The edges are really quite straight.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
So
The edge itself is straight. There's just an angle to it.
you can
Yeah.
puncture it. Well,
You can pop through the skin.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, cool. Nice. There we go.
Awesome. So we have McKenna is asking to see some of the 270 mil to 300 mil Suji. We have quite a few Sujis that are 240 millimeter, 270 millimeters, something like that, as well as this is 270. The I thought we just got the.
This is crazy. It's like this
240.
clear acrylic purple handle.
Right?
But I love that it doesn't have the big hook at the heel of the handle or the butt end of the handle. It feels really excellent. The texturing is so cool. Saji's always making nice stuff. This is a VG10 Tsujihiki. What was I didn't see the yellow tag. This Sasame, well, and this Kato Black Damascus. What are we talking about here? I didn't see the tag. Where'd you run to? These three are really exceptional knives.
Right.
Side by side, I mean, I'm kind of just like all of a sudden cluing in what we got here. Like the Cobalt Special is a bit tougher steel than the VG10, which we've got here with the black. Oh, sorry, is this SG2 or VG10?
That's SG2.
This is SG2. This thing, this is the Kato, or this is the
Nakato.
Kato Black Damascus. Very thin, very laser beam, very light knife, and they all kind of have the same sort of dimensions in their profile, like same height, same sort of taper. They all three of them have maybe the Saji is a little bit narrower, a little bit thinner, but they all have this really nice curve here at the choil where it makes it very comfortable to hold. Something that's great about these knives that is maybe a little underrated is it's a Tsujihiki, so it's nice for slicing, but that height and that ability to grip it that way kind of gives you the idea that you've got a 270 Gyuto as well. So sometimes you got to break down a watermelon. This is the kind of knife that would be really great for that, not just for slicing meat as it's intended.
Yeah. These are great.
Nice texture on the Cobalt.
Yeah.
Right, on this Kurosaki Cobalt, really nice texture that would help you
Sasame,
glide the knife through.
Absolutely. So, it's fantastic.
I don't know, but this Saji is so cool,
I know,
man.
right?
Especially when you've got the texture right on the bevel here. Let's see if you can.
This might keep.
The light can kind of grab that. It looks so cool.
I'm just gonna keep my gloves on.
Sure, yeah, do your thing. Yeah. Okay.
It's like
I hope that answered the question.
It's like Bayashi,
Kobayashi?
No, Bayashi is the big guy on TikTok making some.
Oh, I thought that was the guy in,
No, the Kobayashi is
in The Usual Suspects.
Oh, the Kobayashi. There's another Kobayashi.
25-year-old reference.
hot dog.
Oh, yeah.
champion. Yeah.
I saw him on a reality TV show.
Ah.
He has an eating disorder.
Oh, yeah.
Strange.
Awesome. Stainless steel handle for beginner.
Stainless steel knife,
Nice
Western handle for beginner. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. These are them. The Nakiri VG5 is a really excellent new addition to our current lineup of stuff that we carry all the time. I've been using that as the 240 at home.
Yeah.
Tsunehisa has a couple of really great options made out of various types of steel.
Those
VG1,
three at Tsunehisa
440C.
there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So those are Tsunehisas.
The Masutani.
Yeah, for the garage sale, we're doing 20% off on these guys. So we have this 440C, this one Tsunehisa Sanjuni 440C, very simple, polished look one. This is like $212 for the regular price. It's $169.60 with 20% off. It's great actually price. I love this guy here, VG1 with the again, very simple polished look. It's $116 right now from $145 regular price.
But look underneath. Look at the handle. I like these handles.
Yeah, it's got super light. It's really reliable. It's like.
But it's more like it's not two pieces. It's one piece with the tang set in the middle. Mm-hmm. You don't have the metal sticking out on the bottom.
Yeah.
So if the handle ever shrinks, you won't ever notice it.
Yeah. If you're looking for very, very good deal, this one here is also the Tsunehisa VG1. If you type Tsunehisa
like
VG1, you should be able to find them. Santoku, 106.40 is this, great deal happening. And also the Mastanis are great. It's just, very reliable. That's Mastani Kokuryu with the blue handle. It's VG10, and this one's got actually a little bit extra on, it's kind of hard to see, but at the bevel, if you look, it's actually layered steel. It's Damascus look, and it's got a tsuchime. So not like simple look like these ones, but it's super reliable.
I think the Masutani is a bit thinner, just behind the edge, ground a little bit thinner. You're going to get a little bit more precise cut.
It's great, like family business, like grandfather, father, and grandson.
Oh, yeah?
I mean, grandfather, father, and son.
Yep.
That's
the same thing. Yep.
But yeah, they're working in that same workshop together. It's like fantastic. So these are fantastic beginner. Doesn't have to be like for everyone. I would grab Mastani for sure. But these are really, really good place to start. Definitely. Awesome.
I agree. I'd grab the Masutani too.
Yeah.
Okay, what now?
Mary is asking cool Nakiris, and I can't believe how many cool Nakiris we still have left. Like
our best Nakiri selection,
maybe
ever.
At the end of every garage sale, the one comment that was always happening is like, we could have had more petties and more Nakiris.
Yeah.
Got you.
Not this time.
Like those are super, super cool Nakiris.
Oh, come on. This Nigara Strix is such a cool shape.
Yeah, right?
It almost looks like a nata. Nata.
Nata, yeah.
Which is like, a nata is like a gardening tool, like a little hatchet.
Yeah.
Just the shape of the blade here with that wider
and
at
it
the
looks
tip
like it gets
than at the heel.
Right? Yeah.
Right? It makes me want to chop stuff.
You know what I like though? The same Nigara, but VG Zeos with this, like I love this Damascus look. Like look at that. It's like so.
Yeah, that's really cool. Tell us a bit about the Zeos steel.
So VG Zeos is like it's a VG series. It's the brothers of it's probably the youngest brothers of the VG series from one, and probably Zeos may be the youngest and last one.
Yeah.
But the VG Zeos performs like the VG10 and VG10W in terms of cutting edge and edge retention, but they made it so much more corrosion resistance. That means it won't. You probably won't see any of the pitting or the rust bits and stuff that sometimes you've seen from the other VG series. So this is actually, and look at it again.
Yeah, it's super cool.
It's super cool.
Again, these Sajis are really excellent. This is a late arrival to the show. This arrived literally today at 10:30 or something, 11:30 in the morning, and we managed to get them put up on the computer, on the internet, on the website, one of those places. And yeah, again, very cool texture, VG10 stainless steel, super cool handle. Yeah.
For the performance, I love this Tetsujin Ginsan Nakiri Ukibas. It can't beat
the performance of that would for sure be about the top.
And, this is gonna be so good. And Toru does such a great job, forging job as well.
Have we, in the last little while, told anybody what we're doing here?
Oh, what are we doing?
I don't know.
Like in front of camera for everyone.
We're just talking about knives. Yeah. This is what we do all the time, is talk about knives. So we are Knifewear. Mm-hmm. This is Thursday. This is the midway point of our garage sale. We do these twice a year. You'll see another one around Remembrance Day in November. So we have stores here in Calgary, Edmonton, Ottawa, Vancouver, and Toronto. They have all this cool stuff in their stores too. And we do this garage sale twice a year because we go to Japan twice a year on business to shop, to meet, to learn, and eat. And sorry, we don't bring you back anything to eat, which is too bad because it's really delicious. And listen, we just have these great knives that come back with us from our trip, and we turn them out for the garage sale. That's what the thing is all about. There's cool, unique stuff. There's rare things that are hard to find. There's really good deals. And so we are halfway through that sale. It's going to run all the way till Monday, and it started at 8 a.m. this Monday. That's going to be very similar next time as well. Monday, the big day, the first day we do a great big long live stream. The Friday before, basically 1 week ago from now, we did an unboxing live stream. So we try to make sure that for those of you that can't get to a store, we try to give you the best access as we possibly can, try to get you ahead of the ball so when Monday morning rolls around, you can buy some cool knife stuff.
Awesome.
Fun Nakiris.
So yeah, we were talking about you can ask any questions, but yeah. Another question from that, I believe same person, Mary, is stainless Western handle for beginners. And what I can see from Nathan's collection is maybe a petty.
They were looking for petties.
Alrighty. So these are really good to start. These are any of these can be a great selection for a beginners, but
I didn't realize this one's only $360.
I know it's actually really
That's
great.
way less than I thought it would be, and I really like it.
Yeah, for some reason. So we have this stainless Western style being the knife like this with more traditional European style handle.
I like that guy.
We have something like this. This is really, really great deal. Again, Tsunehisa Ichi or 1, the Aogami number 2 with the stainless clad. It's really well made. The core steel is Aogami number 2, so you have to be a little bit more careful, but keep it dried. It's going to perform fantastic.
Yeah. But it feels so nimble.
Yeah.
Right? Like there's a lot, this knife feels like a finesse tool.
Yeah.
So if you're trying to do some fine work, making garnishes or whatever, right? You could cut cheese and carrots with it if you wanted, but it just has a real light, precise feel to it.
Yeah, $195, but it is the $156 after discount. We have something like this, the Tadafusa. This is a series that I first got, the first Japanese knife I've ever got, Santoku, that the shape was, but this is fantastic. Kind of hybrid between the Western style shape of the handle, but it is no, the centerpiece going through. They've done really great job putting the knife insert into this walnut, so there won't be any chance of separating. Mm-hmm. Again, it's a very similar construction to the one that I was showing, the carbon steel core stainless clad. It makes
it's a nice light easy. Knife too. That handle's a light feeling handle.
Yeah, this is our launch Nakiri series. VG5 is all stainless steel. This is a little bit more like, you have it in your hand doing a paring job, like peeling. It is a little bit short blade to do actual cutting job with.
Deveining prawns.
Yeah. Deveining prawns, peeling, coring, those kind of stuff. This shape and size is going to be a fantastic. Slightly less versatile because it's a little shorter blade. We have something like this again, like the late arrival Saji. Yeah, it's fantastic price. I did a double check. It's good, and I thought of it too. Like, is it actually right price?
Yeah, that's a beautiful knife.
So yeah, VG10.
It's it's a strong feeling knife.
Yeah.
Right?
And this one here is a little bit more like when you could definitely do it on the cutting board. It has a little bit taller blade right here, so you hold it like this and do the cutting board job like this. Fantastic cheese knife for sure.
Oh, that would
nice
actually, to be honest,
texture.
it'd be really good. Like that fine texture does a great job with that.
And imagine this on the cheese board with other cheese. It's just
Oh my God! Don't drop it on your foot.
Yeah. Anyways, so these are great. We do have other like little ironwood handle.
Well, they're like
well.
Kurotsuke petties.
Yeah, it's
So I think these would be great with that real fine tip if you're trying to just draw your knife through something to get a really fine, precise cut.
And you may be able to see more Western handle petty selection if you type Tsunehisa. And like there are quite a few knives that we don't have them here in our warehouse, but we may have them in the store level, which is available online as well. So, okay, anything else? Alrighty.
Yes, there is.
Yes. Okay.
Bad Trans Fats is asked, are you able to show off the Yoshimi Kato Black Damascus 210 Gyuto?
Yes, we can. We can.
You should be banned.
That's a garage sale classic.
What?
Yes.
It's bad trans fats.
We just got that back.
Get him out of schools.
Oh, look, he's wearing a glove.
Yeah, I was just like showing that that knife.
So maybe you have the old Michael Jackson.
This is
Yoshimi Kato Black
Bayashi
Damascus
inspired.
is an exceptionally nice knife.
I
It is
have to
one of
break
the
the,
thinnest knives.
spaghetti.
I think that thinness brings up some really incredible pattern. This is a nickel Damascus. Damascus, of course, is the folded steel that gives you the swirly lines. But one of these types of steel in there is got a high nickel content, and when it's etched, that nickel doesn't etch. So you end up with this really great contrast, the cloudy gray to that shininess. It's kind of like a cloud. A bit of like a chevron Damascus almost type of pattern on this one. And it is crazy thin. It's very light. It's very smooth. SG2 is a powdered stainless steel, so doesn't rust, stays sharp. Sometimes I feel like carbon steel has a little bit more of a texture when you cut with it. There's probably a reason. There's probably something like a larger carbide or some sciencey shit that tells you why that works. But what I know is when I use my powdered stainless, like my SG2, quiet, smooth cuts, very dependable. A little bit more work to put an edge back on it. And I compare that to using something like an Aogami Super, Aogami, which are a lot of the carbon steels that I've got at home. I just find with carbon steel, you quick pass on something like one of these ceramic honing rods, edge comes back immediately. Sometimes with SG2, you gotta get it to a sharpening stone to polish up the edge a bit. But the trade-off is it's the time in between needing that is pretty long. So it's a very beautiful, very elegant knife, and very sharp.
Yeah. Alrighty. What are we missing? Did we cover?
Did we talk about the Hori Hori?
No, Hori Hori.
I'm really tempted by that guy.
It's
Yeah,
actually
me too.
really good. The Hori Hori is this tool that's a Japanese traditional gardening tool. People bring it to the, it is the actual Japanese name is Sansai Hori. So it is like designed to do the foraging mountain vegetables like fiddleheads and those kind of stuff.
Oh.
I mean, like it's not to cut it, but you can dig, you can scoop, and the edges are there, so you can cut a little bit. You can definitely cut the root. This is fantastic thing to transplant your raspberry bush. Raspberry? Yeah, raspberries, yeah.
Okay.
Because it comes out from everywhere, because it just cuts it very nicely.
Oh.
Hand forged, we do have the non-hand forged version as well, but this hand forged design is fantastic. And the skill of making this, like, it's basically all hand forged into the shape.
One piece of steel.
Yeah.
Got red hot, and a craftsman who has a lot of talent and skill and practice hammered this 100% into the shape.
Except this part.
And then just ground down the edge.
This much,
It's like, this is the kind of shit we we get off on here. It's just
and
like, can you imagine how difficult this would be to make this? Sure, someone could just make it in 2 parts and weld it together. It would probably be fine.
Yeah.
But would it be as cool? Absolutely not. And I agree with you. I could only imagine you could sharpen this thing up. You could go into doing garden work of this thing. It would be so enjoyable to use.
Yeah.
It's so thick and so strong at the neck there that if you pushed on it, there would be no give. It would be great. This is so Japanese to me because it's a very simple tool that is just like unheralded, you know? It's like just no one really cares about your garden tools.
But don't you think he can make
so
fantastic burger press?
You're an evil genius.
Okay.
That's upside down.
Upside down. So we have some cool tools from the different, Smith, like Hori Hori Smith, but we have this. It's the upside down.
It's like Dave Smith.
Yeah.
I knew a Dave Smith. I never met a Hori Hori Smith before.
There. The Bokume Zukuri Oi Iri Kumi Kanna Ichigo Sanjo Tasai Saku. So it's made by Tasai. I just said it every.
Yeah, you just spoke in Japanese for a while there. I think we all tuned out for a minute, but yeah, these are hand forged chisels. This is a set of 10. How do we find them? Tasai, T-S-A-I.
Yeah, Tasai. Look at how the mask. So precise. Look at how straight the edges here.
Well, you were saying this on Monday, but the true level of blacksmithing talent is to be a chisel maker, because it is the most. Any imperfections will show.
Yeah.
Immediately when you try to use them
because they have to make everything straight.
Yeah.
Like chisels are plane makers, and this also forged into the shape. This is forged. This bevel is forged. There are not very minimal grinding involved.
True. Yeah. I mean, if you look at it.
Yeah. So it's making different sizes and shapes by using the tools.
Just a hammer.
Yeah. It's just incredible. And the back side is so flat.
So this is a set of 10 chisels. I don't know what we've got left. There was a couple sets of 2 or 4 as well.
Yeah, we had a set of 4.
We might have those left too. You can find them on the website. What was the set of 10 chisels? What's this worth? $6,000?
Something like that.
Yeah. I mean, that sounds crazy, except if you're a woodworker.
Yeah.
Then it's not whatsoever.
Yeah. There's the, I think we're missing plastic sheath here. Like this piece.
Mm-hmm.
Did I drop? Oh, there. Because I'm sure I'm going to cut myself.
You just couldn't see it.
Yeah.
So yeah, get yourself a 10-piece chisel set. Maybe you were always frustrated whenever you used a chisel to do all of your fancy woodworking joints, and maybe it was because maybe it wasn't you, maybe it was the tool. It's always a possibility.
There.
Okay. So it's 10 after 4 on the Thursday.
Got anything to close this out?
Well, again, we are doing this is our semi-annual garage sale. We're about to wrap, so do a little bit of announcement, I guess, to make. Thank you, everyone, first of all, to kind of putting up with us, watching.
Yeah, it's always fun for us to do this too.
We're here for 6.5 hours. Apparently on Monday, we're here for just a little bit over 2 hours today, and we did a 4 hours on the preview, so we're on the live stream for quite some time. But thanks again for joining us. It's been absolutely fun. Garage sale. This sale runs until the Monday, the end of the day. So just if you want to check out more stuff, go to our stores: Calgary, Edmonton, Vancouver, Ottawa, and Toronto. They open every day, 10 till 6. Vancouver shops, Toronto store opens from 11 till 7. Thursdays, like today, they open till 8 as well. Most stores. So give a visit. It's a fantastic place. You get to talk to a lot of knowledgeable, friendly staff there as well. We are planning a lot of cool events happening in Vancouver. Vancouver staff is going to go to the Victoria for a pop-up on
June 28th and 29th. And it will be at the Hotel Grand Pacific.
Yes. And we also have the guest coming from Japan. July 10th, Vancouver shop, we have Kubota Michiko-san coming to do engraving demo, as well as maybe a little bit of talk.
We're always up to something. We're always hatching new plans. This is a fun job for us, so it I hope makes things fun for you as well.
Yeah.
If you want to know more about what we do, follow us on social medias, Instagram, Facebook, etc. Our mailing list is actually something that's worth signing up for. The people that write it are the people that work here, and they are very interested in trying to put good quality content in there. In fact, something that's cool that they've done in the last, probably more than a year now, is you can actually go in and set a setting. So if you want the email sent to you all the time, you can get them all, or you can change it so it's a monthly email, so you can still get it but not feel like you're being bombarded. We just want to make sure that we're getting our messages out to you folks, and that's really the best place to get notified of all the fun stuff, whether it's a cool engraver, a blacksmith, a fundraising sharpening campaign, or even just something like this garage sale. So sign up for that.
So you talked about the little fundraising event, the campaign that we did. We raised over $13,000, $13,900 to be more exact, for the victims, the people who get affected by the tragedy happened for the Filipino communities in Vancouver. So thank you everyone for supporting that. As well, so a little fun news. We will have vlog coming up on
Saturday.
Our YouTube Saturday. I'm actually really excited because I was right next to him sometimes. Like, what is he doing? Or he just steps out.
So the reason why we have the garage sale is because we go to Japan and buy stuff. Naoto is the one who goes and buys stuff. Jacob is this dude who's behind the computer here, making all the things happen. And we trucked him off to Japan with his cameras, and he went and followed Naoto around for a couple weeks, kept up. Thanks to the long legs, I'm sure. Naoto's a hard act to keep up with, and did a bunch of video stuff. So the first one is coming out this Saturday. Look for it.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
I'm really, really looking forward to seeing that. Anyways, so yeah.
Anything else?
Anything else? All right.
All right. Well, thanks everybody. Thanks
everyone.
Nathan. Thanks Jacob. Thanks to the warehouse crew and the staff here.
Thank you.
Worked their little bottoms off all week, hustling knives out the door, and thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Alrighty. Well, ciao.
Watch out.
Okay.